Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Extravagantly Reoccurring Power Half Hour Smells Like Thursday edition. I am your host, Tyler Holland, and with me, as always, are co-host Lane Daltrey
What's up?
with the Spirit Fingers and Tyler Twombly.
Spiritual fingers. That's right.
Tyler's not good. Oh, there's your jazz hands. I saw a delay. Sorry. So it is good to see you in the chat. I see Evie. I see Peter. Congrats on the house, Evie. That's pretty cool.
Wow, she bought a house.
Yeah, personally, Evie
Whoa.
won the lottery and bought a house personally. As
for
a
her.
how old are you,
Doing
Evie?
great.
Like 12. Good job. But we're not supporting gambling. So what we're gonna
What?
do today is talking. I said won the lottery. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna have all sorts of fun segments. They're gonna go pretty quick. In a minute, Daisha's gonna come up and do a great show and tell. We're gonna be talking about our 3 favorite songs, or really the 3 best songs of all time. So go ahead and let us know what your 3 favorite songs of all time are. And then we'll also be talking about the best places. Period. I was going to say on Earth, but maybe your favorite place is Jupiter or another galaxy. So we have all sorts of places that we're going to talk about today. It's going to be fun. And then Lane is going to be preaching the word at the end. So it's going to be a great day. It's so good to see everybody. Hopefully you are having a great time in the kind of phase out of quarantine time that we're in, I guess. Still staying safe, but maybe getting a little more outside time than we were before. We're working on all sorts of plans for both virtual and non-virtual things at church whenever that's allowed. So get excited. We have some fun ideas. We've got some, and this is all I'm going to say about it. We've got some huge things coming in the fall.
Monumentally big.
Things that are going to blow your mind, that are going to be awesome. So get excited about that. We're excited about it. But Lane, Tyler, you got anything before we get to show and tell in a couple of minutes that you want to talk about?
Found out we're having a girl. Pretty exciting.
Man,
Huzzah!
great.
I'm very excited to be a girl
That's
dad.
good. It makes what I was about to say feel not significant at all. But I'll
No,
still share.
Lane, listen. All the things we have to contribute are of equal value. Just some
Okay.
are cooler than others.
Okay. So there's this game used to be real popular a while ago. It's called Pokemon Go. I still play
You
it.
don't say.
And everyone is distracted and have no idea what I'm saying because they're Tyler's new baby.
Pokemon Go, you say?
Yes, that is true.
Well, this is my human baby that I caught.
Mid talk, and he's like,
I guess we're doing show and tell early.
Well, this is before show and tell. This is just proud dad. This is Sky Lee Holland. She is like almost a month old, I think, and she was born on May 20th, and she is my 4th child. Had to think about it for a minute. She's very pretty. She likes to eat. She likes to eat and she loves to poop. That's what I'll tell you right now. But she has long fingers in the hands.
Eating.
And she has taken out my headset right now. Hey, sweetie pie. She's asleep right now. She's sleeping through her loud dad. She has 3 very loud older siblings, and she can sleep through all of it unless she's supposed to be sleeping, in which case she says nope, and I will wake up. But she is beautiful and wonderful, and I just wanted to introduce y'all to her. So right now what I'm going to do is let my lovely wife come in and lead us in a little segment we like to call Show and Tell with Daisha.
That's right.
Put these in.
Daisha. We got a Spider-Man wallpaper here. Up there we go.
Hello.
Daisha.
I don't know why he keeps making me do this.
I can't see from below your shoulders.
You interrupted my Pokemon story, but that's
you can't see. Oh, I'm
from
sorry.
below your shoulders. Oh, is it camo? Oh, that's why.
Oh. You're a funny one. I'm sorry, Lane. Your story.
No, irrelevant. The moment has passed. But I know my mother is bringing y'all beef stroganoff tonight.
Woo-woo! I'm excited.
Yeah,
I am pumped. Love her.
We also might be bringing some rolls, some dinner rolls.
Yes. Yes,
Carbs.
rolls are so good. Yes, I
She
love
was like
carbs.
angry, excited. She was like,
Okay, am
"Yeah."
I supposed to do show and tell right now? Is that it?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, honestly, no one here is gonna
Okay.
hold you accountable, so you can do whatever you want. But we
Ah.
have planned that
Okay,
the
for
show and tell.
Woo, woo. Okay, so I am from the great state of Arkansas. If you guys don't know that,
Ooh, I love
and every
Arkansas.
girl,
Arkansas
Arkansas,
is dumb.
the natural state. You're dumb, and it is. No, you're not dumb. I love you, Dad. So it is a wild place out there, and every girl needs a good. Wait for it.
It's gonna be
Are
a
you
gun.
ready? A huge rifle. A rifle. A saw.
Oh
Oh, man.
my word.
That's
That is
great.
a saw.
You're doing that inside?
Yeah.
This is my lady saw.
Your lady.
She is beautiful. All you gotta do, if I could saw your face off, I would. All you gotta do is push in this here button, and then you gotta push in this here thing.
You said the lady saw something. What did she see?
The lady saw. Every woman needs a good saw.
Does she have a name?
Tack life. I've been putting up siding. If I get mad at Tyler, I can chop
Teresa.
off his legs.
Right,
Teresa.
have an alibi.
Teresa, the tack life. It's even got a nice handle here. I wonder if I could cut a tree. I don't know. I've never tried. But that is my show and tell today.
That's
Teresa,
fabulous.
the saw.
Teresa the
Did its
saw.
name already
That is
change?
beautiful. My favorite is Lane said, "Yeah, you're inside."
I'm concerned for safety.
Yeah, I mean, there was a minute where I was like, "Is my leg gonna get
It's
sawed
like
off?"
we
Or is she
just
talking
got
about
a
Holland's
newborn
leg?
child, and then we're going to a circular saw.
Yeah.
So
so many. It was so drastic the change. The circular saw.
that was very drastic.
Well, I think is the next thing 3 favorite places.
I guess so.
Got sawdust all over my desk. So
Tyler,
did I
your
heir her
wife
say I will
uses that
cut your
inside.
face off?
Something like that.
That
Yes.
is exactly what you heard.
That's what I thought.
She whipped it out, and Lane goes, "Oh, you're using it inside."
Oh yeah.
In the
Yeah.
moment. Anyways, that was good. That was I thought she was gonna do an impression of you opening an action figure, and
I didn't know what to expect, and that was exactly what I
I'm gonna
wanted
be
it to
honest.
be.
I could not have guessed that if you had given me a billion tries.
I didn't think so.
I
You
would have
seem
guessed
confident, but
so many other things.
all right. So everybody, go ahead and tell us what your favorite place is and what your 3 favorite songs are. And Tyler, take away the favorite places segment.
Yeah, favorite places. So these are just places that I love. That's it. Just not necessarily states, not necessarily restaurants, just anywhere that I just really like going. So to lead off with my number 3, it's a restaurant in Wake Forest, North Carolina called Talake Pake. For approximately $11.99, might be $10.99, you can get what's called the Cowboy Burrito. It is a burrito about hay long, and it's got chorizo, it's got beef,
Chorizo's
like
good.
steak, and it's got chicken in it for $10.99. I mean, bang for buck, it's the best thing in Wake Forest. They
$10.99, what a deal.
They pour like 12 ounces of queso on it, 3 avocados, pico. It's awesome. It's stuffed with rice. I take the beans out, but it's really great either way. So, yeah, Talake Paki, Wake Forest. If anyone in Wake Forest is watching, probably not. Go there. Yeah. Encourage their establishment. Anyways, what are you guys' thirds?
Lane, go ahead.
Oh no.
All right, so my third is also a restaurant. There's this place in Destin, Florida called Bruno's Pizza. It's a little mom and pop shop. They have like a Alfredo sauce, like garlic herb pizza. It'll knock your socks off. They've got like 3 different types of white cheese on it. I think it's got
Mm.
feta on it.
God,
Good stuff.
that's good.
My third favorite place ever. It's no longer with us.
Mm.
Kids, there used to be a store completely devoted to the selling of toys. It was a real cool place to be a kid, but it wasn't Chuck E. Cheese.
Mm.
It was Toys R Us.
That's right.
Toys R Us had so many toys and so many action figures. You would go down one aisle and be like, there couldn't be more.
Evie,
Then you would turn,
I
and
don't
there
know
would
if-
be even more.
I don't know if this was a guess or just one of her favorite places. I'm hoping it's a guess that when you said a place that's filled with toys, she said Iceland. That's what I was
Well,
hoping.
We both know the Icelandic culture loves action figures. But Toys R Us is was my third favorite place. Tyler?
hold on, I'm talking about Jeffrey the giraffe. He was cool.
Yep.
My second favorite place is a place near my hometown in Saco, Maine. Is the name of the place Saco, Maine? Sorry to any people in Maine watching. It's not Saco, it's Saco. It's called Funtown Splashtown. If you were to guess what this place was, it probably would sound like a land devoted to slip and slides. You're not far off. It is a half wooden roller coaster, amusement park, half water park. It's literally the only thing to do in the summer other than drive hours away to go to the park or camp or go to the lake, whatever. It's super fun. They have the tornado where you get in a raft with your 4 closest friends. You get real tight because it's a drop, and you go through a dark tunnel and you come out to a giant drop. I mean, 25 feet straight down into a bed of water. It's incredible. I love it. I miss
There
it.
you go.
Brittany doesn't like water parks, which is it's a shame. It's a shame, but we'll figure it out. Blaine?
All right, so my second place, my second favorite place is a little different. It is not a restaurant. It is not a theme park. It is my cousin's house. They have 2 kids that I love to hang out with, and seeing that side of the family is always a great time. Getting to see them, so cousin's house to see family, second favorite place.
There you go.
It is in Georgia.
My second favorite place is Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. Now, I don't know if you've ever been, but when you go into Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, they're playing this awesome music, but there's one particular place in Islands of Adventure that's the best. Because once you go in the entrance, you go to the left. And as you go to the left, there's a bunch of cool stuff. It smells like cinnamon rolls. It's great. And all of a sudden, you hear something. And it's the roar of fear mixed with adrenaline, mixed with joy. And you see a giant green roller coaster that's known as the Hulk. And it is incredible. And in that same area, you see these giant cutouts on the side of buildings of the Fantastic Four, of Spider-Man, of the X-Men, and they're walking around the street, and there's a Spider-Man ride that's in 3D, and there's a Fantastic Four restaurant, and there's a Storm little twisty fair ride, and there's all sorts of crazy superhero stuff, and there's a comic book shop. I mean, it is quite simply the closest thing to heaven that you could imagine. But it is my second favorite place. So, Tyler.
It sounds incredible. My absolute favorite place in the world. My wife knows this. I told her if I were to retire today, this is where I'd go, because it's just the perfect. It's the cleanest little piece of heaven on earth. It's so nice, and it's a place that where the mountains meet the ocean, where you're not far from a city, but you're still kind of
Birmingham
secluded in your own place. How dare you?
That's right. Good old Birmingham beaches.
Name of the place is Newport Beach, Oregon. Newport Beach, Oregon. I went there 6 years ago now, before me and Brittany were dating. We're on the same internship team, and it was so fun. There's like this little inlet where like all these ships dock and they go out to the ocean if they want, or go up into the rivers. And there's like all these seals around just chilling. It's real cool, real quaint. Perfect place to just wear a sweater in the summer because it's not that hot, and it's just it's beautiful. I think about it all the time. I would live there now if I could, but I can't.
All right,
Lane?
so I debated over this in my head for a little while. I've got a few honorable mentions, but one stuck out to me the most. Um, I love this place so much. It's fantastic. It's it's awe-inspiring. It is the Georgia Aquarium, where you get to see whale sharks and manta rays in a big, gigantic, like movie theater size glass uh, exhibit. It is so much fun. It is right next to the World of Coke, which is also a fun place. But like, I love aquariums so much, even better than zoos. Maybe a hot take, but that is my favorite place.
Yeah, I love aquariums too. I like my favorite part in any aquarium. Specifically, I grew up close to the New Orleans one, so we go to that a lot. And there's a little like moving floor that goes under the aquarium that
Yep.
covers you, and I always feel like I'm in the Prince of Egypt cartoon movie because when the sharks are swimming beside you and stuff, I love that. My favorite place is really more of a state of mind mixed with the place.
What?
It is anytime I get to go to like stay in a beach house with just my family and just chill, and like especially the kind that are just connected to where you walk off your back porch and you just walk onto the beach if you've ever been on one of those, and then you come back to the house and you're just like, there's a place in like Rosemary Beach that you can just ride these little bikes that you can rent wherever you want to get food and hang out, and it's just like a little stress-free fun paradise. And I don't even sit on the beach that long because I'm very pale and the sun is extremely dangerous and against me, but it's just a very fun and cool place to be, and it's fun playing in the water with kids and stuff like that. In fact, I think my two youngest might not have even been to the beach yet, so I need to do that again. But we're going to move on now, and we're going to go a different style. We're going to go our favorite 3 songs, but we're each going to take turns doing like all 3 at once, boom, boom, boom style. So, Lane, you're going to start us off.
Okay. So favorite songs, just all 3 in a row?
Yeah.
Okay. So we discussed this in the pre-show a lot. We had a lot of opinions here. So my 3, number 3 is Smash Mouth, or excuse me, All Star by Smash Mouth. Got mixed up. It's on Shrek. It's in a lot of other movies. It is, as Josh pointed out, it is probably the most memeable song ever made. I'm a big fan.
I don't
of
even know
memes.
if that's a question. I think it's just true.
It's fantastic. My number 2, arguably, well, not arguably, they call him the king of pop, one of the best singers and artists ever. Thriller by Michael Jackson. Great song, great artist. And my number 1, my boy Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. I mean, it's just so good.
Solid. Tyler?
It was good. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Flaws by the band Bastille. I like it. That's it. The Middle by Jimmy Eat World. Classic. Been
Jimmy
in a
Eat
lot
World,
of
good
movies.
band.
And then number 1, Ocean Avenue by the band Yellow Card. Got a
Ooh, Yellow Card.
bit
I
of
remember
a
that.
sweet tooth for pop punk music. And
Good stuff.
yeah, I'm into them.
Tyler's new subtitle is going to be Tyler Twombly, the first hipster.
The first
We're gonna
but
go
also
with-
Hipster before it was hip.
That's right. That's right. My number 3, if you caught my story today, you'll see what my number 3 was. Me and Zeke were jamming out to a little DC talk. Jesus Freak. It is a classic. It is great. It is wonderful. If you don't know it, look it up.
It's a good one.
Number 2 is I Believe I Can Fly in the Space Jam soundtrack. I in no way, shape, or form support the artist in any aspect of his life, but
Seal?
the song is crazy. Seal sings Kiss from a Rose, which is also incredible. It could actually debate. We'll stick with I Believe I Can Fly. And then number 1 is going to be, and look, I know you're on the edge of your seats now because my musical taste is of the highest quality, right? It is.
Truly is.
It's a representation of the best of us, right? So my number 1 favorite song of all time. No, I don't even want to say that. But the number 1 best song of all time is Friend Like Me from Aladdin. That's right. Friend Like Me from Aladdin is flawless. Robin Williams'
Good
version,
song.
not Will Smith's version. So those are the
I'm not even mad
three.
about that number one.
Those are the three best psalms in history. So we're gonna move now to Spitting Truth with Lane.
That's right. So, Tyler asked me, or he texted me this morning and said, "Hey, would you like to do Spit and Truth?" And I said, "Absolutely, Tyler. I would love to." And I was thinking as I was on my walk this morning, what could I talk about? And I thought of a story that is not talked about very much, but it is a very significant story that happened to a very significant character in the New Testament that we are all aware of. Um, we're going to talk about chapters 27 and 28 of Acts and look at Paul, his arrest and stuff going on. So to give you a little context, Paul has gotten in trouble with the Roman government for preaching the gospel and being controversial and stuff. So they're like, okay, you're gonna be a prisoner. You're gonna get on this ship and you're gonna sail and be to this place and be a prisoner. But on the ship, a big storm comes up and they're trapped in the storm for a little while. And then after the storm comes, they get shipwrecked. So not super fun. So Paul's going through a lot in this little bit of time. And now we'll talk about chapter 28, verses 1 through 10. I'll read those and then we'll discuss it a little bit. In verse 1, it says, "Once safely on shore, we found out that the island was called Malta. The islanders showed us unusual kindness. They built a fire and welcomed us all because it was raining and cold. Paul gathered a pile of brushwood, and as he put it on the fire, a viper, driven out by the heat, fastened itself to his hand. When the islanders saw the snake hanging from his hand, they said to each other, 'This man must be a murderer, for though he escaped from the sea, the goddess Justice has not allowed him to live.' But Paul shook the snake off into the fire and suffered no ill effects. The people expected him to swell up or suddenly fall dead, but after waiting a long time and seeing nothing unusual happen to him, they changed their mind and said he was a god. There was an estate nearby that belonged to Publius, the chief official of the island. He welcomed us to his home and showed us generous hospitality for 3 days. His father was sick in bed, suffering from fever and dysentery. Paul went in to see him, and after prayer, placed his hands on him and healed him. When this had happened, the rest of the sick on the island came and were cured. They honored us in many ways, and when we were ready to sail, they furnished us with supplies we needed." So what we can get from this passage is, through all the storms of life, with everything going on in the context we're living in right now, we may be hit with a lot of distractions, a lot of temptation or struggles or trials that God gives us. But we see that in this passage that even through the storms of life, even through shipwrecks and getting bit by snakes, Paul had a Christ-like attitude, and he even found a way in his struggles to heal people in the name of Jesus and to show them the love of Christ and to share the gospel. So the idea I want to present to you today is the fact that in this world we have two options. We can be dismayed and we can be bummed out by what's going on, or we can see the trials that God has given us as an opportunity to share the love of Christ to others. And that's exactly what we see Paul do here.
Yeah, that's great. I'll just say, a lot of times I think we convince ourselves that we need to wait for the perfect circumstances to do what God has called us to do, and those never come.
Right.
There's never going to be a time where everything lines up perfectly in your life that you're like, now's the time. I mean, maybe there's like going to be a moment where you're in a really good mood and you're feeling good about yourself or whatever, but like there's always going to be something. There's always going to be junk. There's always going to be the fact that you live in a fallen world and something's going to be going on, and you just have to persevere. The Bible talks a lot about perseverance. It talks a lot about leaning on God for strength. And I think that, his strength is made evident in our weakness. So we have to make sure that even when we're going through something, we're vulnerable about that. We tell people like, you know what, I don't have it all together, but anything good that comes out of what we're doing is because of God, that He's allowed this goodness to come. But it does take a commitment and a boldness and a courage on your part to say, things might be hard right now, but I'm still going to do whatever I can to seek the face of God and to present that to other people as well.
Right. I think in our selfishness, sometimes we just see things just kind of just on one level, and we don't see things as opportunities. I know, I forgot if it was with Twombly and I, or it was in my own personal Bible study, seeing every interaction with somebody else as an opportunity to share the gospel, or as an opportunity to show the love of Christ. And this is exactly what Paul's doing, and exactly what Tyler just talked about.
Did Lane just freeze on y'all screen, or is it just mine?
Yep. Both of you did.
It looks like multis, but hey, guess what? We're done anyway. So thank you so much for coming. Part of the Power Half Hour. We had a great time, and we hope you did too. Have a wonderful day. Be lights in the dark, and as always, stay classy. For Tyler, for Lane, I'm Tyler. Y'all have a great day.
Everyone.